Friends, gather round because things are about to get tariff-ying. Yes, you heard that right. It's time to talk about tariffs. And not just any tariffs, but a triple threat of tariffs that could shake up your shopping list and your wallet. That's right, the Donald is back, and he's brought his favourite economic weapon with him, tariffs. Love him or hate him, you can't deny that he knows how to make headlines and stir up controversy. This time he's got Canada, Mexico and China in his sights. These countries are no strangers to trade wars, but this latest move could have some serious ripple effects. Starting January 20th, 2025, get ready for a 25% price hike on everything from Canadian maple syrup to Mexican avocados. Imagine paying a premium for your favorite breakfast topping or that guacamole you love so much. Oh, and don't forget about China. The world's manufacturing giant isn't getting off easy either. An extra 10% tariff on all their goods means your cheap plastic doodads just got a whole lot less cheap. Those little knickknacks and household items you take for granted, they're about to get pricier. Now, you might be wondering, why, John? Why is Trump doing this? What's the end game here? Well, buckle up, because his logic is something else. It's a roller coaster of reasoning that might leave you dizzy. According to the Donald, Canada and Mexico are letting all sorts of bad hombres into our country through those open borders of theirs. He believes these neighbours of ours aren't doing enough to keep the bad guys out. You know, the ones we share. It's a complicated relationship, to say the least. He says they're responsible for drugs, crime and illegal immigration. It's a bold claim and one that has sparked a lot of debate. And China, they're apparently the fentanyl kingpins, flooding our streets with deadly drugs. This accusation has added fuel to the fire of an already tense trade relationship. Now, you might be thinking, John, this all sounds like a terrible idea. And you'd be right. These tariffs are causing quite a stir among consumers and businesses alike. It's like Trump took Economics 101 and decided to do the exact opposite of everything he learned. Instead of fostering free trade, he's putting up barriers. Let's start with the obvious. Tariffs are a tax on consumers. This means that the cost of imported goods goes up, and that increase is passed on to us. That means you, me, and everyone we know will be paying more for everyday goods. From groceries to electronics, nothing is spared. And guess what? That often leads to inflation. Prices rise across the board, making it harder for families to make ends meet. But wait, there's more. These tariffs could also hurt American businesses. Companies that rely on imported materials are feeling the pinch. Many companies rely on imported goods from Canada, Mexico and China. These are essential for their production lines and overall operations. Those higher costs will eat into their profits, and some might even have to close their doors. This could lead to job losses and a weaker economy overall. So, how are Canada, Mexico and China reacting to all of this? The global stage is tense, and these nations are feeling the pressure. Well, they're not exactly thrilled, to say the least. The economic uncertainty is causing unrest among citizens and businesses alike. Canada's Prime Minister Trudeau is probably wishing he hadn't given Trump that awkward handshake back in the day. His frustration is palpable as he navigates these turbulent waters. Mexico's not happy either, and they're warning about the negative impact on their citizens. Factories are worried, and protests are becoming more frequent. And China? They're basically saying, bring it on. President Xi Jinping and his officials are preparing for a showdown, confident in their resilience. They're already warning about a trade war, which is never a good thing. The stock markets are jittery and global trade routes are under threat. Remember, folks, nobody wins in a trade war. The consequences are far-reaching, affecting everyday life and economic stability. It's like a pie-eating contest where everyone gets sick. No matter how much you consume, the end result is discomfort and regret for all involved. So what does the future really hold? Will Trump actually go through with these tariffs, or is he just using them as leverage to renegotiate trade deals? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. Trump's decisions are as unpredictable as the weather. One thing's for sure, these tariffs are creating a lot of uncertainty in the global economy. Businesses are nervous, investors are jittery, and consumers are left holding the bag. Prepare yourselves, because the road ahead is uncertain and full of twists and turns.